This is West Virginia Morning. I'm Teresa Wills. An unattractive, slimy, two-footed salamander may hold the key to detecting healthy waterways in West Virginia.
They have to have nice, clean water that's not got a lot of silt in it to allow their eggs to hatch. So when you muddy up a river, then you basically interfere with its ability to catch its food.
That story and more coming up this West Virginia Morning. Support for West Virginia Morning is provided by Hope Gas, committed to the growth and development of West Virginia to strengthen the community. Information at wvisforhope.com. A severe and long-lasting gastrointestinal illness is on the rise in West Virginia. The State Department of Health Bureau for Public Health, or BPH, now shows there have been 139 identified cases of cyclosporiasis across the state, up from 69 less than a week ago, including at least 15 hospitalizations. Common symptoms include sudden and ongoing diarrhea, loss of appetite, stomach cramps, and nausea, and can persist for several weeks if left untreated. There is an antibiotic effective for most patients that is available by prescription. The illness is caused by consuming food or water contaminated by a parasite. The Bureau of Public Health advises the public to avoid eating shredded iceberg lettuce served at Taco Bell locations in West Virginia and contact a healthcare provider if they develop symptoms of cyclosporiasis. Candidates for the 5th Family Court Circuit, which covers Mason, Jackson, and Wirt Counties, have just about 1 month to get their applications submitted. The Judicial Vacancy Advisory Commission is considering a replacement for Judge Constance Thomas, who will retire at the end of August. Applications can be mailed to the commission in care of the Office of General Counsel to the governor or submitted by email to jvac@wv.gov. Completed applications and letters of recommendation or comment must be submitted by 5 p.m. on Wednesday, August 19th. Interviews will take place in Charleston on September 10th. This is West Virginia Morning. I'm Teresa Wills. It's 7:52. Areas of fog this morning, mostly sunny skies today with areas of smoke, high temperatures in the 80s. Tonight, a chance of rain and thunderstorms, lows in the 60s and 70s. Tomorrow, rain and thunderstorms likely. Some storms could be severe with heavy rain and damaging winds, high temperatures in the 80s. The Eastern Hellbender is now officially known as Kentucky's first ever amphibian. The species was once abundant along the waterways of Appalachia, but it struggled to maintain a foothold amid climate change and human activity. For the Appalachia Mid-South Newsroom, WKYU's Hope Heffley has more on conservation efforts across the region.
Hellbenders are the largest salamanders in all of North America, reaching over 2 feet in length with its large paddle-like tail. They're slimy, not very cute, and often referred to by nicknames like snot otters. But they are important for the ecosystems they live in, prompting Kentucky legislators to designate Eastern Hellbenders as the official state amphibian this year. They faced continued population strain for over a century, and that decline is informing researchers about larger problems.
They're in the Green River, they're in the eastern part of the state, the Lake and the Cumberland. That's about the only places we have them. They used to be in the Ohio River back, a couple hundred years ago, before all the dams and stuff went in, but we probably won't find them there now.
That's Monty McGregor with the Kentucky Department of Fish and Wildlife. Inside rows of chilled tanks at a lab in Frankfort, his team is raising dozens of hellbenders that will eventually be released into the wild. In 2024, the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service proposed the species be listed as federally endangered. Hellbenders' presence in streams across Kentucky, Tennessee, and West Virginia can indicate highly oxygenated water and unspoiled habitat, making them useful to researchers and conservationists like McGregor.
They have to have nice, clean water that's not got a lot of silt in it to allow their eggs to hatch. So when you muddy up a river, then you basically interfere with its ability to breathe a little bit, and also its ability to catch its food, and also for the eggs to hatch and the young to survive.
The biggest risk factors for hellbender populations are human land and waterway alteration and pollution. McGregor says there's no simple fix. Once a population has been impacted, it can take decades to see any improvement from conservation efforts.
It could be also the water quality has improved, but now there's not enough of them to reproduce. So there's not many breeding populations left in the state.
Kentucky Fish and Wildlife has worked over the last decade to remove locks and dams from the state's streams. That's because they prevent the movement of fish and other species migrating from the Ohio River and distributing their populations. Conservation efforts are also ongoing in neighboring states like Tennessee. Dale McGinnity is the senior curator of ectotherms at the Nashville Zoo, which has been involved in hellbender conservation since 2003. He says their declining population disrupts a vital food chain within regional waterways.
As larvae, they're prey species for a lot of fish and other aquatic mammals, and even as adults, they're prey items for otters. And then as larvae, they're predators on a lot of aquatic invertebrates.
McGinnity says without hellbenders, crayfish populations consume too much of the organic matter in streams and rivers, leading to an unhealthy chemical balance. He believes contaminants from stormwater runoff, rock and mineral particles, and herbicides that are sprayed on crops are impeding hellbenders from reproducing.
I would say ag is probably the biggest change to most watersheds, and it has the largest impact for most watersheds. But also, cities and towns have stormwater runoff that picks up other things too that can negatively impact a watershed.
While this work is ongoing, conservationists like McGregor say one of the best tactics to bolster hellbender populations is education.
The more people are familiar with what causes things to be rare and endangered, will help them understand how we can correct those kind of things to help maintain these species that we have and provide optimum populations to our next generation of people.
For the Appalachia Mid-South Newsroom, I'm Hope Heffley.
This story was produced as part of the Appalachia Mid-South Newsroom, a collaboration between NPR and several public radio stations in West Virginia, Tennessee, and Kentucky. Visit the special series page under the News tab on our website to find a link to this story and more. West Virginia Morning is a production of West Virginia Public Broadcasting, which is solely responsible for its content. Support for our news bureaus comes from Shepherd University and Marshall University School of Journalism and Mass Communications. Maria Young produced today's show. Listen to West Virginia Morning weekdays at 7:49 a.m. on WVPB Radio, or subscribe to the podcast and never miss an episode. #WV Morning. I'm Teresa Wills.